It's me. Ah, man. It's been a while since I've done this. I forgot how to do the intro, how to start the darn thing. I did something completely different. I don't know if you guys saw me for a glimpse at the beginning or not. But anyways, I don't know if you did or not. We'll see. We'll see. I'll check it out on the replay. It looks like we have quite a few people here already. Let's just say hi to everyone that's already in the chat. We've got the Drayton Sawyer. Happy Halloween. Well, almost. Yeah, close enough. Close enough. Will you see me before Halloween doing another show? Probably. I could see that. I think there's enough time. Creepy clown. Can't speak properly. Maybe I should drink some water. Ah, there. That's nice. That's nice. This is great, isn't it? Creepy clown sightings. Hey, I'm going to guess that's Christian Spencer. I could be wrong, though. Just a different new YouTube name. I'm not sure. Let me know if that's Christian. Just in case. But I know you got a clown thing that you're doing, so. Behind the Fiends, that's our buddy John. Aloha all. How you doing in Hawaii? Me and my wife are going to visit you someday because we've always wanted to go to Hawaii. Who else we got? I miss seeing that pretty face. What? My face? Oh, God. Nona Chan. Hey, Nona. How you doing? Chasing a Dream. What's up? Joe from Fangoria. Faithful. Hey, hey. Hope everyone's primed up for Halloween. I LOL. Hope all is well. Aaron Johnson. Hey, Steve. Doug, New York. Hey, Steve. I'm on dinner break. How's the feedback for Friday? So far, so good. So far, Doug is actually our newest associate producer. We still have some of those left in our Indiegogo. Just one associate producer left. We still got some executive producer perks left, but only one associate producer, just so you guys know. And I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to keep the Indiegogo up. We're like close to breaking even, so I got to kind of watch myself to see how far we go with it, but you know, I think we're okay, but we're okay. Depends on how much shipping everything costs. Sick and Twisted Effects. Hey, it's our buddy Tom Smith, who did some of the really cool set pieces for our film. What's up, Steve? It's lots is up now. The film is about to drop in 2 days. Can you believe that? Just 2 days. 2 days. Macabre-ish. Hello. Hey, how you doing? Kimberly, right? It's Kimberly. I'm going to get all confused. I think it's pretty sure it's Kimberly. I apologize if I got that wrong. There's so many I get mixed up on who's who sometimes. I apologize. And I apologize for the intro if it was weird. I didn't turn the sound off, and I didn't turn my mic off. I didn't turn my mic off while the music was playing, so you probably had latency coming through my headphones. It is Kimberly. Thanks for making me know for sure. I know there's a Michelle that I've networked with. I don't know. It's just I'm bad with names. I'm actually a lot better with faces, for the most part. I'll be like, yeah, I know you. I don't know your name, but I know you. Okay. Well, I hope you guys are all having a great time. We're going to discuss fan films today in general. We're going to have a general discussion. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Want to know what your favorites are, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, just a general discussion. I hear some opinions on fan films I kind of want to talk about, so I just thought that this would be a good avenue to discuss that. And what better, than a couple days before our film releases. I think that's a pretty good time to do a discussion like this. What do you think? I don't know. You can tell I'm not doing this as often. I need to do this more often. You guys can imagine, it's crazy times. Oh, my Leatherface here is all crooked here. I can't remember who gave me these. Somebody sent these in the mail. And I think they're supposed to be like for your car or something. And I just put it there. I don't know. I don't know. They're like decals. They're decals, basically. Anyways, looking forward to Friday, says Drayton. Yes, I hope you guys are all looking forward to Friday. Hope you guys have set the reminder. I know not everybody can make it to the actual premiere of it. Oh, that's okay. It'll be free to watch after that, though. So there you go. All the recent big horror movies have been disappointing lately. I haven't seen Halloween Ends. I'll just say that. I don't know what I'm going to think of it. I have no idea what I'll think, because I hear such a... I'm pretty sure I won't like it as a Halloween movie. When I do finally go to see it, I'm just going to go and watch it as a horror movie and just forget about it being a Halloween movie. That's what I'm going to do, and see if I enjoy it. That way, if it's about taking off the rose-colored glasses and see if there's actually a good movie in there. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Who knows? I wanted to cry. I got the butcher's apron. Oh, nice. Oh, you got the butcher's apron. Yeah, Chris sent those not too long ago, so I'm glad you got it. I believe it was fairly personalized from Scotty, too. We gave you the bloodiest one, John. And simply because you asked me for a really bloody apron. So, and it should be sticky. that fake blood was sticky stuff. Kind of wish it wasn't so sticky, but whatever. If you wash it, it'll come out. That's the only thing I can say. So don't wash it. Don't wash it. Won't spoil it. Nope to Halloween Ends. I don't know. I'm like as well as I could have. Went to high school with someone and not even know their names. But I reckon. Oh, you're talking about. Okay. Didn't like it, to be honest. Oh, there you go. My favorite fan film is You Can't Kill the Boogeyman, Halloween 1978. Fan film. Huh. I don't know if I've seen that one. I might have. It does sound vaguely familiar, but I'll have to see it. There's a lot of Halloween fan films out there. Anyways, well, behind the Fiends, it should have been called Boo, It's Corey. I did a review of Halloween Ends. So many want to not watch it because I rant. I'm never washing it. I'm never washing. Oh, the apron. There you go. Nope, it's a very good horror movie. I really liked it. I haven't seen Nope yet. I've seen the other two Jordan Peele horror films, but I haven't seen Nope. Anyways, before I get too far into this, I do want to give my shout-outs. I have shout-outs I do on this show, if I can find them. I'm so disorganized. You've seen them before. The wonderful Michelle Appollonia, who I hope we're going to see one day again, but she did talk to me today, and I guess she gets up very, very early in the morning because of her work. Now these days, it's too bad, because I miss her. I miss her being in this chat. And she has wonderful, wonderful work. I hope she's still doing all this stuff. In fact, I should ask her. These custom horror-themed dolls, very, very cool. Breathless Beauties. Her links are in the description, folks. Links are in the description. And the wonderful Michelle Blasky, who is making the third channel. She's got her obscure art. Really cool stuff. And there's old Leatherface. And she is working very, very hard on a little film called The Third Channel. I've seen a first draft of her first official teaser. And, excuse me, looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good. So it's exciting. Very, very exciting stuff. I'm helping her a little bit here and there when I can. But I don't have a ton of time, obviously, with me doing all the Sawyer Massacre stuff. But I want to see the third channel come to life. So, and help her probably recoup some funds from production. Man, they made that on a shoestring budget. I think it'll probably tell a little bit. But, you do what you can with the money you've got. And, she did a great job. Oh, what else are you guys saying in the chat? I'm seeing a lot of chats going by here. Oh my good, seeing the new Hellraiser. Yeah, didn't like it. Found it boring. Honestly, I haven't. I have to. I just have to catch. I just haven't had time to see a lot of these new movies. Heard it was toned down. Oh yeah, it's pretty dull. Really, it's dull. Eh? It takes forever to get better, and when it finally does, it's over. Is it a remake? Yeah, it's the new Hellraiser remake, or is it? I'm not sure what to think. Excited for Sawyer Massacre. There we go. Chasing a Dream. I hope you're excited. I hope you're excited. But keep our expectations. Keep your expectations a little bit low. This was a very, very low budget film. Not as low budget as Michelle's for the third channel, but at the end of the day, this stupid cough won't leave me. It's one of I always get these stupid coughs. I don't know why. Getting them more and more these days. Anyways, we made the Sawyer Massacre for under $30,000. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind when you see it. There is a few things in it that I wish we could have done better. Definitely. John from Behind the Fiends has seen it already. I think a few people in the chat may have even seen it already. But John actually has a review up on his channel for it if you want to go check that out. And even John has some nitpicks, and I think that's good. I want you guys to express your opinions, and you're not going to be judged by me. You're not going to be judged by me at all, you know. And I'm not necessarily going to agree with everything, but yeah, nobody's ever going to agree 100% on everything. But man, I have my nitpicks, and be ready for a live. Maybe I don't know if I'll make it do it before Halloween. We'll see. I'll try. Where I'm going to pick apart my movie, I'm going to tell you all the things that I have problems with. And believe me, I have a few. But, you know, at the end of the day, a few people are... I'm going to have problems with things that a lot of you guys aren't going to, you guys aren't going to have problems with. And then you guys will probably have problems with where I'm like, oh, that was kind of the intention or whatever. You know, that was what I wanted to do. Who knows? It's the way it goes sometimes, but ultimately, I hope the majority of you guys like it. I hope all of you guys like it, but you know, it's not going to be for everybody. It's not going to be for everybody. We have some early reviews already, mostly positive. It's good to see mostly positive. John's is pretty positive for the most part. Jason Knight gave a review on YouTube that was positive for the most part. There was one more other one on YouTube that's kind of mixed. You know, they're like, I didn't like that. And fair enough. He criticized the writing mostly, actually, so it's mostly me to blame. I don't think this guy totally got it, but mind you, but that's okay. But go check it out, you know, and check it out after you've seen the film too, just to see if you actually agree with his assessment. I think that was on what YouTube channel was that on? Trying to remember which one. I'll see if I can share the link in the description. But it does go into spoilers, so you might want to see the movie before. It doesn't go too spoilery. In fact, he has it as a non-spoiler review, but some of this, I don't know, it's not too spoilery. I'll post it in. He does post... I think the one thing I didn't like was he posted images from the film that I didn't really want posted. But that's okay. I never asked him not to, so... That's what happens sometimes, right? Let me see if I can find that review and just share it in the chat with you guys. As I saw it like a week or so ago. But it's the most negative review we've had so far. And we'll probably have ones that are even more negative. I don't know. Why can't I find it now? It always happens. I should have prepared it, had it ready in advance. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh man, what happened there? Why is all my... Okay, there we go. Just a second, folks. Just a second. I'm going to get it. Okay. It's okay. Going in the chat now. It's going into the chat. You guys should be able to see it in the chat now. Check it out after, or check it out after you've seen the film again. You know, he does put images from the film that I kind of wish he didn't put in, but again, I didn't ask him, so my own fault. You never know what reviewers are going to do. So, but there it is anyways. He had some criticisms about the story. Again, and you know, once it is released, I'll address some of the issues he had. I'm going to kind of definitely the first live I'm going to do after the movie is released is one going over stuff that I think could be easily missed in the film. A lot of plot points that could be easily missed in the film because there is a lot. It's definitely something you have to watch twice because you will miss things the first time around. It is guaranteed. You're gonna miss stuff the first time, and you'll probably miss stuff the second time. But that's where I have to fill in the gaps for you, because and again, part of it's on me because there's execution things that we didn't quite get. We didn't quite nail. And it's like, you know, looking back at it, I'm like, oh, I wish we could have done this. But you know, you do what you got to do in the short amount of time that you have. And we shot a film in 9 days, folks. So, and there was no chance for reshoots. If I could go back and reshoot, if somebody gave me another $20,000 to just go back and spend a few days reshooting and get all the cast needed for certain reshoots, oh, I'd definitely do it. Definitely 100%, because there's stuff I know I could make better. But would even $20,000 make it exactly as I want? No. If I wanted to do it I mean, it'd take a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie. It would take a lot of money. Just saying. But I think, you know, once again, a lot of it's stuff that you guys probably will have no issues with. It's that I have inner issues with because I had a certain vision. I saw it this way. It had to be this way, and I couldn't do it that way. So it's like, it's, you know, it eats you up a little bit. Hey, everybody. Carlos from the Lazy Reviewer is in. Hey, Carlos, how you doing? Let's go back to the chat now and see what you guys are all saying here. See what I'm missing. It's more of a true adaptation of the novel. Oh, okay, the new Hellraiser. I think that's what you're talking about. I'm looking forward to the Blu-ray of the Sawyer Massacre 2. You're going to be looking forward to that for a little while, probably. Probably. Man, getting these special features are taking their time. I have to. I won't even get into that, but you'll get your Blu-ray eventually. Be patient on the Blu-rays and DVDs. VHS, we're not going to be putting much special features. I might put some behind the Fiends. There's a plug for Johnny here, John of Behind the Fiends. So we might put a little bit of behind the scenes stuff at the end if there's room after the credits roll. Because with VHS, you only get one tape to work with. There's no menus to work with. So back in the old days, where you just press play and you had to rewind it and fast forward it, and that was all you got. But I might put a little bit of behind the scenes stuff for the VHS if it'll allow room. I'll have to talk to the guy who's doing our VHS. So we have a different guy doing the VHS that's doing the Blu-rays and DVDs. So the VHS might be done faster. Might be. Most because we don't have anywhere near as many. Nor I think we only sold about 10 to 15 VHS, I think. Whereas we sold about 200 Blu-rays. Me and Luke are planning a Sawyer Massacre watch party. Hopefully all of us oh, that would be awesome. Love the movie. That's great. Best since the 74 film, in my opinion. Well, that means a lot right there. But again, not everybody's going to have that opinion. Watch John's review. I should post John's review as well. And John, hey, John, you still had some nitpicks. You still had some nitpicks. Warranted. But there it is. Now that's good barbecue. Like, let's post that in the chat as well, just so you guys can, view it at your leisure. Save it in your whatever saved videos thing or whatever. Save it however you must save it. There it is. There's John's. That's it. I'm not gonna put any more links in there. That's enough links. Getting back to the chat here. I want to make sure. Drayton Sawyer says, I doubt the Netflix TCM will get a Blu-ray. Yeah, I don't know why. You'd think that I've heard that though. Like, because distribution is owned by Netflix and Netflix doesn't put out Blu-rays, they want you to subscribe to their channel. I get it. Where else was I? Awesome movie, Steve. Same as vein as the original, which is what you want in a movie. It's too bad big studios can't figure that out. Oh, there you go. So Joe from Vancouver, a faithful, has also seen it as he needed it for putting some of our latest promos together. By the way, a lot of the latest promos, including the thumbnail we actually have for the movie. All done by Joe. Joe is a maniac as far as I'm concerned. He's awesome. I might just get Joe to do teaser trailers for me in the future. Joe, you want to do some more teaser trailers for me? I'll make you an EP on my next film. I will. Actually, I will. As you're pretty good. You actually cut some good stuff together. My friend, as an artist, not everyone is going to get your vision. Yeah, never let that take away from your joy of creating. Oh, never. I never let that take away from my joy of creating. But anybody who's a filmmaker knows it's like, oh, if I could just go back and do this, if I could only do this, you get that into your head, and it's just so easy to do that. It's just so easy. Artists. We artists are never satisfied. It's just the way it is. Tom from Sick and Twisted Effects says, it's awesome to see it finally coming out. It seems like it was last week when we met on Zoom to give each other advice on crowdfunding. That's very true. It was more so you giving me advice on crowdfunding than anything else. But thank you so much, Tom. You've been a great friend over the last, I guess it's been about a year and a half now since we first chatted, and consider you a good friend now. And hopefully we get to work. Maybe you'll even get to be the SFX artist on my next film. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, I don't even know where I'm going to shoot my next film. I might have to shoot it in Canada. I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to go back. I love to go back to that area at least. Maybe not necessarily Texas, but more central U.S., East Coast even, and make more films in that area simply because, man, I love the crew that we had. I want to work with some of those people again. A lot of those people. I would work with every one of them if I could. If I could. I'm patient. Once waited 10 years for an autograph. Oh, boy, you're not going to wait that long. Not for the Blu-ray. But probably into next year for sure. I'm wondering if I'll get all these special features done in time for next year. But I'll probably be done making all the special features before the end of the year. It's mostly just been so busy right now. It's hard for me to do anything right now. I'm a movie collector, so missing one movie in a series drives me nuts. There you go. And there's our friend Michelle Blasky. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing? Hey, Steve, joining late. Hey, it's all good. We talked about you earlier, though. We gave you a bit of a plug. We did. I did. I don't know. Aaron Johnson, I may have asked this in a past live, but do you think we can get a live watch-along with your input during the film? I don't think you have asked that. Maybe you did. I'm forgetful. I think we could do that. I mean, one thing I am doing for the Blu-ray special features is a director's commentary. So you're probably going to hear me echo a lot of stuff that ends up on the Blu-ray for my commentary. But you know, it's still kind of cool, and I'll get to chat with you guys. So I could definitely see that. I don't know how soon I would do that, but it'll definitely happen. I think so. Why not, eh? A lot of fun. Definitely, let's do it. Yes, we got to work together, man. Yeah, we got to work together. Fangoria Faithful, shh, don't say that too loud. What? Yeah, man. You bet. Just let me know. It's been a pleasure getting to do the poster alone was an honor. The rest has been just fun. So thank you and everyone involved in the movie. Don't say it too loud. You're awesome. I don't know what you don't want me to say too loud, but I mean, I'll praise you. I'll praise you, man. You kind of almost saved my ass. I mean, a lot of people saved my ass. I mean, I am not a graphic artist. I can do a little bit of stuff with what I got with Photoshop or what. I'm not even using Photoshop. I'm using Filmora to do any of the graphic-y type stuff I do. Because I mean, I can't expect Joe to do every little post I do and all my Instagram posts and stuff like that. It's just not possible. So I got to do a lot myself. But and I hope it doesn't look too bad. But it's like every time Joe sends me something, it's like, oh my God, that's so awesome. So awesome. You know, and you know, I was glad you were willing to do the thumbnail because I had one idea for the thumbnail and it was like, it's okay. And I did my thumbnails for the trailers and stuff. And I was like, they're okay. Boy, it'd be great if we actually had a graphic artist that could do this stuff. So I just reached out to Joe and said, hey, man, you think you can do something with something? Yeah, and he did. Hey, everybody, CJ Vecchio is here. Hey, CJ, how has everything gone on The Evil 3? Are you guys wrapped filming now? Or are you guys, taking a break? Or are you guys going to pause for a bit and go back to it? Or how far along are you guys? Hopefully going well. Hopefully it's all going well. Hopefully. That I'm a maniac. I get you now. I get you. Well, you are. You are with I mean, you're a maniac as far as what you can do. John from Behind the Fiends would love to help you on your next film as well and hopefully be able to do more than this go around. Well, you did a lot, but it'd be great to actually work with you on set. That would be great. I doubt I'll go to Hawaii to film, though. So you'd have to come to either Canada or the U.S. there, John. Man. But yeah, it would be awesome. Last day is a Sunday, Brett Wagner. There you go. Awesome. You guys would be happy to be wrapped. Going good. That's good. I'm glad you guys had a good shoot because making these indie films, man, it's tough. I don't know exactly what your budget is, CJ, but again, ours was under $30K, and a lot of people will say, "Oh my God, $30K! That's so much money to make a film." Well, it depends on what the film you're making is. Ours was not a $30K film. I truly believe ours was like a $300K film. 350K. And at least that was the first budget. The dream budget, I knew it would take 350. The dream budget. But that dream budget never came. Again, that's, that's counting so much. Shooting in Texas, making sure there's hotels for all the people coming out of town. I think, we budgeted something like, 10 hotel rooms for the cast and crew. Budgeted something along those lines. And for like 20 days. When you think about that alone, it's like 50 grand. Maybe not quite that. I mean, it depends on how nice the hotels are and stuff like that. But if we wanted to have a star in the film, it would have definitely been along those lines, And we were originally trying to get somebody big in the film. I don't know if I've told you guys this or not, but we were originally trying to get in the character of Rex. For the character of Rex, and John has mentioned Ed Neal before. Well, he wasn't the original casting choice either. Ed Neal kind of came right after we lost somebody who was playing Rex because of SAG, and then Ed turned out to be SAG as well. But we were originally trying to attach Robert Knepper, who played Teabag in Prison Break, to play the character of Rex. So if you guys know who that is, you'll know the original vision of that character a little bit, because he was very much, I kind of based the character of Rex off of Teabag from Prison Break. I wasn't a huge watcher of that show, but every time I did see that show, he stood out to me as, man, this guy's just a scumbag, you know, and I really wanted that sort of feel to the character of Rex. Now, William Instone looks nothing like Robert Knepper, but he still did. I think William Instone still did a fantastic job as the character. He's already had a lot of people praising his performance, in fact. So I can't say enough about it. In fact, I believe John from Behind the Fiends didn't care so much for his performance. Well, or something along those lines in your review. And the guy who didn't really like a lot of my movie really did like William Instone's performance. He was the one standout actor. He's what he said, which I don't know about that. I think William Instone actually did pretty good considering how rushed it was. He didn't really get to know the full. William Instone didn't get briefed on the film plot completely. So I think there was a lot of blanks. But we managed to fill those blanks in post, believe it or not. Oh, man. It worked out, though. A little bit of ADR from William, and, man, it worked out great. But there were certain scenes that you could tell that he didn't quite understand the meaning of certain dialogue. And, yeah, it worked. It worked. But, you know, that's who I was originally wanting to attach. And again, there was just a lot of factors. The right locations. I had a dream locations for Grandpa's house, and we never really hit that goal. A lot of you will probably be like, "Oh, the location for this house seems pretty good." I'm not happy with it, but I'm the artist. The way she goes. Oh, man. Anyways, before I ramble on too much, there's other fan films coming out and have come out recently. I wanted to talk to you guys about real quick. Have any of you guys seen the new, I put it in the thumbnail, the new Friday the 13th fan film, Vengeance Part 2, Bloodlines? I just happened to see that over the last week or so. And it was actually pretty, it was pretty darn good. It was pretty darn good. Is it perfect? No, of course not. But one thing I will say about Bloodlines is if you're a Friday the fan, now you guys got to understand, I'm not a Friday the 13th guy. I've never been a Friday the 13th guy. But even I can recognize this as somebody who's seen the majority of the films, got the gist for some of the characters and all that kind of stuff. I think there's stuff in Vengeance 2 Bloodlines that is really cool for Friday the 13th fans. Really cool stuff. I know that I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but go see Friday the 13th Vengeance 2 Bloodlines if you haven't already, especially if you're a Friday the 13th fan. Because, I mean, here we are. We're at a point. I gotta say this with a movie like Bloodlines. And again, this not exactly a high budget film. A lot higher than Sawyer Massacre. I think it was around $70,000. So a little more than double than what we had, but still. You can understand because they had it's a Jason movie. There's got to be lots of gore. There has to be lots of gore in a Jason movie, but still, 70 grand fan film. Whereas the last what was the actual budget on the last Friday the 13th movie? Which would have been the remake from 2009, 2010, somewhere in there. You look at the budget difference and you look at the quality film. It's like the quality is like the same, pretty much the same quality. And honestly, I don't know. The remake to me was forgettable. I'm not saying it's the worst one in the Friday the 13th franchise, but I don't remember much of it. Honestly, I don't remember much of it. It didn't feel like a remake of the original, that's for sure. It didn't feel like the original at all. In anyways, I mean, wrong killer and everything. They kind of glossed over that at the beginning, as I recall. Anyways, my point is, we're at a time where fan films are getting better and better, and that was a feature length one too, by the way. It's longer than the Sawyer Massacre. The Sawyer Massacre is about 93 minutes, and Vengeance 2 Bloodlines, I believe, is I have to think about this here. I think hour and 40, so it's like 107 minutes. So it's feature length. It's long for a horror film, even for a typical horror film. The typical average horror film is 90 minutes, maybe even a little bit less than that. So, so it's. I think it's awesome that we're coming up on a time where fan films are really not being looked at as, just films made by a few friends with their phone and no real gear and no real knowledge of filmmaking, and basically just copying the story of the original art that they're doing or so. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, one thing that bothers me, and I will get back to the chat here in a bit. I know I'm on a little bit of a tangent here. One thing that's I've seen this lately is there's still a lot of people that create all fan films equally, and say if it's a fan film, it's not original. Now, hey everybody, Mario's here from Degree Centigrade. Hey Mario, caught me in the middle of a thought. Now I've lost my thought. I had a thought, but it's gone. No, it's not gone. No. But I've seen a lot in social media, people saying, make your own damn movie, stuff like that. And one person even, I'm not going to mention this person's name, but I've seen him. He's a big Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan. He has his own Facebook group and everything, all capital letters, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre group, whatever. Making sure it's known that it's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre group. Anyways. Basically telling people that a friend, I didn't even post it. A friend shared it. A friend shared my trailer, and this guy comments on it. There's people interested in it, and this guy comments on it and said, "Just a fan film. They're making money off of other people's stuff." And I take great offense to saying that I'm making money off of other people's. I'm not making any money off this film, guys. If anybody thinks that I'm making money off the Sawyer Massacre, let me tell you something. No. I've put every penny I had left into this film to make it the best it could possibly be. So, and I will not break even. I won't. So for somebody to make a claim like that and say, make your own damn movie, make an original piece, what is not original about what some of these fan films, not just mine, but looking at a movie like Vengeance, the only thing that's not original about it is the use of the characters, is the use of the character names and calling it a fan film. But the stories that we're telling are original stories. So I have trouble with the logic on that. And yet they'll praise any sequel that comes out because it's made by a studio. I don't really get that. It's something that I'm not really grasping. Why is a sequel to a property an original piece, but a fan film not? Now, I do get it. A lot of the horror fan films, especially in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre realm, in the past, have not been have basically copied what the original was. Even some of the ones that were made with quality, that were made by filmmakers, made with well-quality filmmakers, basically just copied what the original did. There was nothing new and inventive. I get that. There's lots that have been done, but there's also, we had Leather come out recently, even though I think there were some issues with the story. It was definitely an original take, for sure. There was definitely new story to tell. They weren't just he didn't just copy the original or any of the other sequels in the franchise. I think that there were some issues with the storytelling, but I think that was more due to budget than anything else. I think he was trying to get some sort of story across that he couldn't, but I could never call a movie like that, Leather, that just came out. It came out, 2 months ago or something like that. Go check that out if you haven't. I talked about it on the show before. I would never say that it's not an original piece. Never say that. There's other ones, though. There's lots of Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan films that are very uninventive. And that's fine. I get it. But to put all the fan films in this box, per se, that they're all the same. I don't know. I really wish that that mentality would change. What are your guys' thoughts? Let's go to the chat now. I don't know. It kind of pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of pissed me off to see that there's still people out there like, there's trolls out there. Sure, there's always gonna be trolls out there that are just gonna hate on you no matter what. But to really believe that there's actual people out there that just think that all fan films can't be original. A fan film's not original. And it's really just the characters you're using. And in a lot of cases, not all the characters. And in some cases like mine, we have a lot of the characters from the original in it, but I wrote them as 8 years younger. They are all different than what you would remember from the original. And I'm sure some of you who've seen the movie can attest to that for sure. Can definitely, you can vouch for me on that. Anyways, enough ranting about that. Let's go back to the chat again. I probably won't be able to read everyone's chat. Sorry, guys. Doing the best I can. Heard about Ted. Sad news. That's Ted White. Yes, Ted White, who is Jason Voorhees in Part 4. Yes, John mentioned that back here. Yes, I don't know how old he was, but one of the Jasons, many Jasons. I know Part 4 is a lot of people's favorite. It's not mine, but I have to go back and rewatch it, though. I don't know. 21K and going fast. That's what you raised for the movie, or what you have left. If you still have 21K and you only got 1 day left to shoot, that's not bad. I'm guessing it was 21K total. It goes quick though. I mean, it always depends on what you have in your film. There's some scripts I've written that, hey, you gave me 21K, I'll make you a damn good film, and you'd never know it was made for 21K. But what's in the script? What kind of stuff do you have going on? Behind the Fiends, 30K was barely enough to make a low-budget film in the 90s, and you pulled it off. No. However, I will say this, though, John. If I tried to make this movie back then with the amount of money, it actually would have been more difficult. And I'll tell you why. Technology. Simply that. The things that we can, the cameras we have today, a lot of the resources we have today didn't exist in the 90s. Internets, social media. I wouldn't have been able to reach out to some of the people I was able to reach out to. So I would have been hooped in the 90s with 30K. Absolutely hooped. I would have been screwed. So, yeah. 30K is still not a lot, mind you, but I definitely would not have been able to make the film that we made today with 30K back in the 90s. Guaranteed. Even though it was more money back then. The resources are just, there's so much, the advances are so huge. I'm sure I'll be dipping into my bank accounts. Oh, God. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. I didn't have to do that because, I kept a $10,000 buffer for the perks. I dipped into that a bit. But I've since made it back. And I would have been resourceful enough to make sure that I could have, if I didn't, but we did. Drayton Sawyer, any of the TCM people reach out about Sawyer Massacre? Most I talked acted like they've never heard of it. When I met Bill Moseley, he said he never heard of it. I haven't talked to Bill Moseley at all. So he's not one that knows about it. Obviously, John Dugan knows about it. Alan Danziger was at our premiere, so he knows about it. He's one of the first people to see the movie. I believe the rights owners, the rights holders, know of our movie. Kim Henkel and Toby Hooper are attached to our IMDb as writers, and I didn't put them there. So their management obviously did. So they know about it. Now, I think a fair amount of people from the original know about this movie. Now, Bill Moseley, I don't know if he would know about it, so he probably doesn't. But we know John Dugan knows about it. We know Ed Neal knows about it because he was attached at one point. And Alan Danziger all know about it. Probably more. I know Terry McMinn knows about it too, although I haven't really briefed her about it too much lately. But yeah, there's people that know about it out there. Believe me. Hold my pocket. I don't know. That's what I said about my review. You had to rush that part of Rex. Yeah, we at the same time though, we had to rush a lot. It wasn't just Rex was the last person cast, I think. Schizo might have been last cast. He might have been. It was those two were very close. Actually, Grandpa was the last person to be cast. Les Best is Grandpa. Now that I remember, yes, because I know this. Excuse me again. Because William Enstone, who played Rex, actually suggested Les Best to me after he was cast. And I actually auditioned Les and everything. Les was awesome. Yeah, definitely Les nailed the part. He nailed it. That's all I can say. He nailed it. Second twist, it affects the budget for Valentine Bluffs was just about $30K, and it definitely was hard. Shot in 10 days, large cast, not a big crew, and many locations in different states. Ooh, different states. At least we were all in Texas. We had a 2-hour drive from our main locations to our basement, but that was it. But we had to shoot in 9 days. So we beat you there. No, beat you there. Avengers 2 was good. Well, Avengers 2 had a higher budget than we did. I believe it was around $70,000, maybe a little over 70 to 75 grand. So I'm not sure where they got their funds because I saw them on Indiegogo. They were doing about the same we were doing there, Tom, as far as their Indiegogos. But maybe they had alternate funding from somewhere else. I don't know. They must have because it says on IMDb that they had a $70,000+ budget. I'm not looking at it right now, but I remember it being over 70 grand. So, you guys can Google that if you want. But it looks it though. It looks like it. It looks it, and it doesn't look it, because if a studio made that film on that budget, it wouldn't look like that. It would look like crap. But a studio would never make a film for $70,000. Never, ever, ever. Maybe back in 1920 or something like that, they would have made a movie for $70,000. Not in 2020, but 100 years ago, probably. I'll have to Google that. When was the last time a studio film was made for 70 grand? I'll Google that. It's interesting. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't big films out there that are made for that or less, but they're not studio films, okay? Not all the biggest horror films or biggest films in general are backed by studio. So you got to remember that, too. Got to remember that. A lot of cheap ones. I mean, excuse me. Original Chainsaw was not backed by a studio. It still had, I think it was around 70 grand as well, too, back then. And back then it must have been hard because, again, technology was not that good. Sorry for going. I won't be able to get through all of your guys' stuff. Sorry about that, though. Oh, man, so many things. Hoping the post-production campaign on Indiegogo will help. Steve rocked his post. Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, I had good people behind it. And I made an educated guess to do it. I was concerned whether it was the right choice. We had an indie band campaign going, and it was like, oh, do I do it? And and do I just keep this one going? And I just made this decision that we're gonna make a damn good teaser. We didn't have the full trailer then. We just had the teaser. And I think we did make a damn good teaser. I think we did. We must have, because we raised the money we needed to raise. So there you go. I am no expert on this Indiegogo stuff. I mean, it's funny because you'll push it and you'll have nothing come in, and all of a sudden this big schwack will happen. And, I don't know. But you got to keep pushing it. Whether it's going well or not, you just got to keep pushing. Have your team keep pushing it. Put out new stuff every day. And you'll make it, All I can say is, CJ, make sure you have a damn good teaser attached to it. Teaser or trailer. Just make sure you have and push that teaser. Push it. Really push it. What's being said here? Would anybody be interested in doing a fan film live stream once a month? Way to help creators get their film seen. I definitely would. And it looks like Tom would be interested. I'd be interested too. I think it's a good idea. When you make a fan film, true. Behind the films, when you make a fan film, you lose money, but you do it out of love. That is true. Joshua Brucker, hey man, thanks for tuning in. Hey people, the chainsaw wielding Mississippian is in the chat. What's up? Hey man, I'd love to see your chainsaw. Is it as cool as our chainsaw from our film? I love the chainsaw we used in our film. So I'm really glad that that's one aspect that I was able to get. Because I knew I wanted that chainsaw right from the get-go. I don't think it's ever really a good idea to generalize and group them all together. Yeah, we're talking about fan films at this point. Sorry, yeah, you're right though. It's funny how things get. There's good fan films and there's bad fan films, and there's good movies and there's bad movies. There's a lot of so-called original content that is like, that's original. Isn't that exactly what happened in that movie? And you're like, no, it's. I mean, what is truly original anymore? Anyways, when you look at it, has not everything pretty much been done for the most part, and you're just really doing different versions of it a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I don't think my story is 100% original for sure, but I think there's some cool. I think there's some cool elements in it that have maybe been touched on briefly in Texas Chainsaw Massacre films, but not the way that we did it. That's for sure. Let's talk movies. Hey guys, how you doing? Is it Brad? Hey Steve, really looking forward to Sawyer Massacre's release this week. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ted White was 96 when he. Wow, he's that old. Hey, he must have been old when he played Jason then, because that was. When was part 4? That couldn't have been 40 years ago. So he was at least 46, 47, 48, maybe even when he played Jason. So, anyways, of course we have our wonderful spam. At least it's asking me to hide some of it now. Love the spam. Don't you just love the spam? Anybody else new in the chat? Oh, hey, we got Poopados, new promotion, vintage film. The whole TCM universe knows about this special film, and they have praised this film. Oh, I hope so. I hope the film gets praised. You know, again, I know there are some people that aren't going to like it, and I'm okay with that. I have to be okay with that. Know that, again, I've said it before. I made something more character driven. I wanted something more character, but it's where the characters, I developed characters that work themselves into the plot. That they're not just, you know, I mean, I see this a lot. Right, strong female leads, strong female leads. You see that a lot, and you have to ask yourself sometimes, why are you writing a strong female lead? What does this strong person have to do with the actual plot? Now, with that being said, we have a strong female lead in our film, Nika Lou, who plays Allison. Allison is a very strong, independent woman who's, you know, I don't think this is spoilery at this point. I mean, we've kind of marketed her a little bit like that. But she's not just strong to be a strong person to get behind. Her strength actually has something to do with the plot of the film. So be ready for that. That's all I can say about that. Anyways. Irwin's Heatwave. Can't wait for this. Oh, thank you so much. If you're a new chatter, thank you for tuning in. We have a post campaign still going behind it. Oh, okay, yeah. I haven't checked out your campaign lately, though, Thomas. But I should share it one of these days when I have time. I will. I've shared your stuff in the past, but I haven't shared as much as many other people's Indiegogos as I normally was doing, like when I was really doing a lot of Indiegogo campaigns and stuff like that myself. A lot of promoting. Just been very swamped with the whole Sawyer Massacre thing. You guys can understand. Heck, I'm also Joshua Baker. Heck, I'm also work on a horror project as well, but not so much a film yet, but more so a video game that takes place in my home state. Awesome. Can't wait to check it out. See you when you get the teaser out. I'll do a reaction for it. Hey, there you go. Yep, John is great. John is great for doing that kind of stuff. Just send it to him. And yeah, he's awesome. He is awesome. So, at this point, I want to talk to you guys a little bit. I want to know what your guys' favorite fan films are. And not just that, what is your least favorite fan film? I mean, there's... And you know, let's keep it to general. Let's keep it to let's keep it to I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want sometimes. Let's keep it to fan films that have actually been made with quality. That you could see were made by competent filmmakers, okay? Like maybe something was well made, but the story was crap, or the acting was crap, or whatever, you know. Because I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of these fan films, whether they're good filmmakers or not, they have to settle for not the best actors out there. Sometimes they're going for that. I mean, there's a lot of that campy horror. It needs that bad acting in order to work, believe it or not. But no, I'd be interested to know what are some of your favorites. I don't know. For me, I still love Never Hike Alone, even though, again, I'm not a Friday the 13th fan. But that's very different from a typical Friday the 13th film. And I say this because it was interesting to see Jason in that sort of way. I've never been a big Jason guy. He's very out in the open and just it's usually always about let's rack up some kills. Never Hike Alone did not rack up a lot of kills, right? He was more subtle. And I don't know. I still really like that, even though it's probably not what you would think you'd get in a Friday the 13th film. It told a really good story at the end of the day, and it gave me a character I really liked. Give me a character I'm gonna like and root for. I think that's important, guys. I think that's what a lot of fan films tend to get wrong, and maybe the acting will be good, maybe even the story will be good, but you didn't write a good character necessarily. You didn't write a character that people are going to get behind. I think that was it Kevin MacLeod in Never Hike Alone? Kevin MacLeod or Kyle? I'm getting the two mixed up. One's a anyways, I won't even bother. That's pointless at this point. Great character though. Was a great character, and the actor that portrayed him was great. I hope he's going to be in the next one. Actually, I really do. Never Hike in the Snow didn't quite live up to my expectations because I wanted that same character in it and that same kind of story. I felt like Never Hike in the Snow looked more polished and stuff. It's a shorter film though too, but I wasn't as invested in the characters in that film. So I think that's why Never Hike Alone still is probably my favorite. It's Me, Billy is really good too. Again, good characters in that film too. I do feel like it's not. I'm probably hard on that film because I thought Dave was going to do more. I thought Dave was going to really add. I don't know. It's still great though. It's Me, Billy is still great. I don't deny. And again, when I did my sort of reaction to It's Me, Billy after it came out and chatted about it, I hope none of you guys interpreted me as hating the film, because I certainly didn't hate the film. It's one of the top fan films ever made for sure. I actually thought it would probably surpass Never Hike Alone, and it didn't quite do that for me, unfortunately. But I still really liked it. There's a lot of great things about It's Me, Billy. But I can't quite put it above Never Hike Alone. Angela Joseph in the chat. Hey, how you doing? How are you doing? Glad you got your shirts, by the way. Let's see if any of you guys are saying anything. Aaron Johnson, did you see the original house was recently sold? Oh, and there's talk of it possibly being torn down. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I did not see that. We were talking about the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre house in Kingsland. I didn't get to go see that. I thought, I wanted to go see it. Well, last time we were there for the premiere, I said, "Oh yeah, we'll get to go see it." And then we didn't end up going to see it. We're just too busy. There's so much stuff going on with the premiere. I thought we'd have enough time to go see it, but it is a bit of a drive to Kingsland from where we're staying in Bastrop. So we didn't go see it. And I thought, well, I'll probably I'll be coming back to Texas for sure, and I will be. I will be back in Texas, whether it be for my next film or film after that. I don't know. It's just great people there. But man, if they tear that down, man, that's a bummer. That's a bummer, because that's a piece of horror history, and to lose that would suck. God, I hope not. That would be damn shame. should move it to the gas station. Excuse me. Oh, this damn cough. Sorry, guys. More agua. That would actually be a great idea, though. Move it right near the gas station in Bastrop. It'd be easier for me to see because, again, we're staying in Bastrop. Vudas, new promotion vintage films. The Sawyer Massacre Part 2. Any chance of that happening from the next Sequanda films based on an original script? No, definitely not for my next film. I'm not saying it'll never happen. I think, sorry guys, I think it's unlikely. It's unlikely that I will make a Sawyer Massacre Part 2. Again, I've talked about this on the show before, but I think it would be a huge honor if somebody else made it. And I would, they want to put me on as like an executive producer, creative consultant, whatever. I would give ideas. I would like to give ideas on what they could do, but I personally don't want to direct another Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film. I've done 2 now. First one was my first film ever. I think I'm done with fan films, but we'll see. I never say never. I really doubt that I will direct another Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film. I doubt that I'll direct a Sawyer Massacre Part 2. I'd like to see somebody else do it though. You never know though. It definitely won't be my next film though. Definitely won't be my next film. I've always had this idea for a Blair Witch fan film centered on the Rustin Park. Yeah, man, that would be pretty cool. Problem there is that house, they were calling the Parr house or whatever. It was actually the Griggs house, but it's torn down. And finding a house like that, like I've said before, that's kind of like the house I was looking for our film. From an exterior point of view, for sure. The interior was a bit too torn up, but the look of it still, the look of the interior, it was very narrow everywhere, and we really wanted to capture that kind of feel for Grandpa's house. I definitely don't feel like we did, but it gives you an idea. It's a hard type of house to find. I mean, you definitely have to be pretty damn close. You have to find a house that's pretty damn close. Possible. It's got to be out in the middle of the woods, too. That's tough. Macabre-ish, how about a fan series? Kruger was solid. Charles, too. I actually haven't seen Charles yet. I'll have to check. I know I've heard it's good. And I keep hearing the Scream Legacy fan film was really good too. I have to check that out. I'm just never been a big Scream fan, so never bothered to check it out. I was gonna cover the house news in my horror news video. Yeah, tonight. That's rough. I really hope they don't tear down that house. I mean, it's been a bed and breakfast so it looks really good. Why tear it down? Terrible. Angela Joseph, looking forward to Friday. And yes, thank you for the shirts. I gave my roommate one for his birthday. Oh, that's awesome. That's perfect. Isn't the TCM house a restaurant? No, yeah, it's like a bed and breakfast is what it is. House in Kingsland. So that'd be a shame, guys. I'd be really bummed. I'd be really bummed if they tore down that house. Okay, well, we've gone 10 after 7. We can shut her down, but if you guys have any questions you want to ask me before seeing the movie, now is your chance. Now is your chance to ask me anything, as long as it's not going to spoil the movie. Or you can ask it. I'll just say, next question, please. I'll be like that. So just keep that in mind. If you have any questions for me you want to ask before going into the movie in 2 days, 2 days when the big premiere is. And by the way, the link to that, if you haven't hit that notification button. The link is in the description of this live right now. Look for that. And make sure to hit that notify me so you can watch it live and chat with us in the chat room and everything. I won't be visibly here, but I'll be in the chat room chatting with you guys and all that wonderful stuff. Drayton Sawyer, do we see Leatherface's face? Ooh, without the mask. Ooh, what a question. What a question. I won't fully answer that. I'll partially answer that. There is a scene in the film where he's not wearing the mask, where he's not wearing a mask, because he wears multiple masks in our film. We'll just say that. There is a scene in the film. I'm not going to say whether you see his face or not, but there is a scene in the film where he's not wearing a mask. Can't give you any more than that. And nobody that's seen it already, don't say anything about it. Some of you might be like, some of you that have seen it might go, what's he talking about? I don't know. I don't know. Just keep that. That's the best I'm going to answer that for you. Do we see Leatherface's face? So I can't answer that. I can't answer that. But there's a scene where he's not wearing a mask. We'll say that. We'll say he's not wearing a mask. Again, I don't want to. I just don't want to give you too much. We got some spam again. I can just hide these, so it's actually letting me choose to hide them now. Oh, I don't know. Maybe you're still seeing. I don't know if you can see them or not. Probably. Are they showing up? I wonder if they're showing up. I'm so bad. Like, look, yeah, they are showing up. Stupid. What a stupid thing. Anyways, whatever. Had to go and check it out. Some of the original cast members are hosting an event at the house soon and showing the original film. That would be really cool. I bet Ed Neal will be there. I bet Alan will probably be there as well. Wish I could go. I just don't know why they would tear it down. I don't know why they would do it, but I guess there's reasons, but whatever. I hope they don't destroy the house. I know that some people don't care, though. It's all about money, and I don't care about this house. I don't care what the hell movie it's in. It's coming off my property and tearing it down. Yeah. Should be a petition done to save it. I've seen online there's a petition now to remake the Halloween Ends. I think it's just Halloween Ends, and give a proper ending to the trilogy. Look, I haven't seen Halloween Ends, so I mean I can't say one way or another whether it's worthy of that or not, but the fact is, no matter how many people sign a petition like that, it'll never happen. Never, ever, ever. You can get 1 billion names on that petition. It won't happen. Studios don't care. Anyways, they'll make other Halloween films, though. That'll have to be good enough. But, yeah. I mean, I'm not too invested in this trilogy anyway, so I will sign. There you go. Move the house. I know that's expensive, though. Yeah, I mean, they moved it once already. They moved it from Round Rock to Kingsland, so. Pupadas New Motion Vintage Film says, Unseen could be a solid psychological thriller from Sequanda Films. Ooh, you are right. If you guys haven't seen Unseen, I did a short film back in 2016 called Unseen. But it was never intended really to be a short film. And that's probably going to be my next feature length. There is a feature length script. So if you haven't seen Unseen, go check it out on my channel, Unseen. It's there somewhere. Yeah, somewhere. Scroll through my videos till you see Unseen. Yeah, I that there's a good chance that'll be my next feature. Although it is going to be, it'll be a little bit pricey. I have cheaper scripts. I have other scripts that are cheaper, but Unseen might be my coolest script. I don't know. I think so. Save the house. Yeah, they don't. Yeah. Yep. I echo all that stuff you guys are saying. The studios buy their wallet. You hurt the studios buy their wallet. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing you guys everybody's got to realize, not you guys. Everybody has to realize, if we keep paying to see crap films, the studios will keep making crap films. And I think in some cases they like us complaining about it, because we still go and see them. Oh man, there's so much crap being said about our film, but yet they still always go see them. And the fact is, half these frickin' people that shit all over these films will still be in line for the next one, and the next one, and the next one. They're just not going to stop making these films until we actually say by not giving them our money. Don't give them your money. Just saying, guys. Not necessarily to you guys, but, you know, it's just... maybe some of you will, though. Maybe some of you guys are just like that. I don't know. I don't know any of you well enough to make that assumption, but the fact is, it's seen so much. I see it all the time. Everybody craps over these films, and I agree. There's a lot of crappy films being put out. There's some good ones. There's some really good ones, in fact, even. But anyways... we keep paying the money, keep giving the studios money, and all we're really doing is adding some drama, or, you know, something for them to be amused by, you know. I don't know. It's I don't even think they care about Rotten Tomato scores or anything like that. Did it make money? Did it make money? At the end of the day, that's all they care about. Anyways, nice impersonation. What was I? Was I impersonating some? I don't know. I probably was and didn't realize it. New promotion visits films. Leatherface looks like a real person, and he's also very unpredictable. Yeah, that's in our. I hope you're talking about our film. But in the original, he looked like a real person and was pretty unpredictable. I definitely wanted to capture a lot of that in our film. I hope you feel that Leatherface feels like a real person in Texas in our film. I do feel like we could have executed a few things better, but with Leatherface, and I'll talk to you guys about that in a future live, so you guys can really understand where I was really going with certain things, you know. The studio should hire fans that care about the series, like you, Steve. Yeah, it's the indie horror that is the best now. I totally agree. I've seen more indie horror that I think is better than a lot of the studio films. But will they ever hire a guy like me? I don't know. Maybe if I had gone to film school, maybe if I actually went to school for this stuff, maybe. And yeah, I don't know. You never know what could happen after the Sawyer Massacre, right? If the Sawyer Massacre explodes all over the internet, and you know everybody knows who I am, you never know. This studio could be knocking on my door and saying, "Hey, want to make this film?" Whatever, right? It's possible. It's tough for indie guys like me, though, especially living where I live in Canada. Like, you gotta grind. You gotta do a lot of crappy jobs in the industry that you don't want to do. It's a long process for a lot of people. Some people get there faster than others, and kudos to them. But I mean, it'd probably be easier if I lived in Hollywood, or lived in L.A. area, anywhere. If I lived in the L.A. area and the Sawyer Massacre became a huge success, there's a good chance. But I don't live in Hollywood. It makes it tough. Hire a Canadian filmmaker. I don't know who's going to do that. You never know, though. You never know. I mean, it would be great if the studio that owns Texas Chainsaw Massacre saw my movie and said, "Oh my God, we should have done this with the. Let's hire you and let's take your fan film off the internet, and we're going to give you $10 million to make it with a real budget." Oh man, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? I mean, maybe some of you guys would be mad that we'd have to take it down from YouTube or whatever, take it down from anywhere on the internet. I don't know how you guys would feel about that, but I think you would understand the opportunity. But an opportunity like that coming, I mean, you never know. You never know. You never know. Anyways, guys. New promotion, vintage films. Ugh, can't talk today. Can never talk, it seems. Yes, in Sawyer Massacre, the Leatherface looks like a real person. He's also very unpredictable. I think so. We did try to. I wanted to do more of it, though. I definitely wanted to do more than I did of this unpredictable, where is he going to come from kind of thing. We got a fair amount of that in, but I don't know whether we executed it well enough, though, too. I don't know. But again, I'm critical because I have to be kind of critical because I don't know how you guys are going to see it. You know, I've only seen it through my eyes, and, you know, half the time I'm looking at this, I'm like, is that too predictable? Is that unpredictable? Is that too predictable? I don't know. So, anyways, guys, we'll call it a night. I'll see you guys when we go live. I won't see you guys. I'll see you guys in the chat. We'll be chatting away while the film is premiering Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific. If you haven't hit that notify me button yet, the notification button, do it now. Hit that button. You know you want to see it live with all of us. I think it's going to be a fun night. I think it's going to be a fun night. I hope we have a good turnout of people watching it live. And if not, not everybody can make it live. I know we got fans in the UK, overseas, and all kinds of stuff that would never be able to make that time work. So, I get it. But it'll be on YouTube after that. So, y'all get to see it. Happy Halloween. Saw you later. Okay, thanks, guys. A new promotion, Vintage Films, the passion and the amount of work which you have put into behind the Sawyer Massacre. The studios must call you. It'd be nice. That's all I can say is it would be nice. Of course, that would make me a very busy man as well, though, too. But, hey, it would be worth it. It would be worth it. So here's to hoping. Start a petition to get the studios to hire me. There's a petition to start. I don't know. Hey, man, there's probably a lot way better indie filmmakers out there than I am. That's for sure. Not trying to take away anything from myself, but, you know, there's some great indie filmmakers out there. But we're always learning. We're always trying to get better. And, you know, you put out good art. That's all you can do. All right, guys. Have yourselves a good night. We shall see you guys in the near future. See you Friday night. That's all I can say. Have a good night, guys.